as well, because juniors, I'm able to apply you to merit-based scholarships in the springtime, but only if you have test scores. They all require test scores, class rank, GPA. So I can't apply you for a scholarship if you don't have this test score. So it's very important that you do this. This chart over here just shows you the comparison of SAT and the equivalent of the ACT score. But yes, please go ahead and start taking this test. And we are going to host the PSAT, SAT summer camp again. It's going to be late July. I'll be bringing Mr. Bill McKenzie in to help with that program. When to apply for college. Some colleges are actually allowing juniors to start applying their second semester. More so around here, it's typically waiting till you're a senior or the summer right after your junior year. That's typically the trend. But my seniors, once the school year starts, you definitely need to start applying. You need to pay close attention to their enrollment dates. Some schools operate on what's called open enrollment, so you can apply anytime, but a lot of them will have closed enrollment dates. So they'll have early decision and late decision. So for instance, I think USC, it's October 1st. For Clemson, it's November 1st, and that means come January, students will be finding out about USC, and come February, students will be finding out about Clemson. So there are colleges that have those deadlines. It is much easier to get in with the early deadline than it is the latter, because the latter, they're going to be cherry picking a little bit. So it's important that you pay attention to admission deadlines on the websites of the schools that you're interested in. And also scholarships. This is something you can start. We do offer a college planning and scholarship course taught by Ms. Hosanna. I'm kind of in the background of this course. I give her information as I receive it for scholarships. I also give her transcripts as you need them. But what better way to be working on these scholarships than with your high school English teacher, because most of them are going to require a video project or an essay. Sure, there are the types of scholarships where you just drop your name in the bucket and hope you get lucky, but a lot of them, there's something you have to do with it. So I will have a senior newsletter that I will be sending out, and so please be on the lookout for that. But really, the information is only good to you if you decide to do something with it. So please utilize that information. If you're eligible for that scholarship, apply for it. It doesn't hurt. All they can say is no, but there's a good possibility that they'll say yes. There's also different apps like FastWeb and Scholly, but I also want to let you know about an app called RaiseMe. If you haven't already started it, it's fine to be starting it now. You can do it in retrospect, but it's really changing the way our students are considering college. RaiseMe is really more for those smaller colleges that are trying to be competitive with the larger colleges. So for instance, I tried one of our students about 3 years ago because I wanted to see what it was all about before I put it out to families. And Presbyterian College wanted to offer her over $67,000 over the course of 4 years for doing things she was already doing in high school. So you make an A in the honors class. There's a micro scholarship for that. You do cheer, football, basketball, any of those sports. There's micro scholarships just because you're doing them in high school. You go to Palmetto Boys State or Girls State. You're in student government, Key Club, Beta Club, NHS. You took the PSAT or you took the ACT or the SAT. There are scholarships simply for doing the things that you're already doing. And because of that, we have a senior this year that she is going to be going to Presbyterian College as well. For next to nothing because of the scholarships that she received from there as well as others that she's applied for. So it's very important to take a look at this information and really utilize it. Now in the fall, we'll also do the PD College Fair at Francis Marion University. There's over 50 different colleges that are there. This is a great way for our students to get face-to-face time with their admissions counselors and get to know them. It's an awesome time for you to really put yourself out there, especially if you think you're kind of on that cusp of the acceptance decision. We'll have a college rep night here on our campus where I bring college representatives on, and it's not so much about the school that's represented as it is about the information that they're sharing with you. They're going to give information about applications and admissions, deadlines, FAFSA, the beast that it is, how to fill that out, college life, just on the campus, the importance of campus visits, college honors programs. It's just a plethora of information that's been helpful for our families. And so this will be our 7th year doing that college night. So those are just some things that are coming up for our juniors and seniors, getting them ready for the college setting. And everyone wants to know, show me the money. So this is why your GPA and your class rank are so important. At the end of your senior year, if you have a 3.0 GPA, you will receive $2,500 for that first year. If you maintain a 3.0 GPA for your first year in college, it will automatically bump up to life. So let me point out, you cannot get all 3 of these. That would be awesome, wouldn't it? But you can only get one or the other. The Life Scholarship is the next up. You must meet 2 of the 3 criteria that are listed there. That is the 3.0 GPA, the 1100 SAT, 24 ACT, or top 30% of the class. And this is 4 years renewable. It's $4,700. And then the last one is the Palmetto Fellow Scholarship. There are 2 different ways to receive this scholarship. The first one, you have to meet all 3 criteria, have 3.5 GPA, 1200 SAT, 27 ACT, and top 6% of your graduating class. Let's face it, top 6% is pretty small for our school. However, this is based on end of sophomore year, end of junior year, middle of senior year, and end of senior year. So technically, we could have different people all 4 of those times. But there's also another way to get this scholarship, and we've had students get it before. It's to have a higher GPA, the 4.0, and then either have a 1400 SAT or a 32 ACT. And this scholarship is renewable for 4 years at $6,700. And after the first year, as long as you can maintain that 3.0 GPA, or the GPA specific to the scholarship, and you take at least 30 credit hours, which your dual credit that you're taking here can count towards that. So you maintain a GPA, have the course credit hours, and if you're in a science or math related program, you take a math and science course each of those semesters, you can apply for what's called the enhancement to your state scholarship. And so in doing that, you can get an additional $2,500 each of the remaining 3 years in addition to the scholarship that you are already receiving. This is something that you need to talk with your advisor in college to make sure you're in line to receive this. It's also something you can ask the financial aid office. And those of you who are applying for college, when you get accepted and you know that is the place you're going to go, you can go ahead and accept it. You don't have to wait till the May 1st deadline to let them know. You will learn everything with college. The early bird gets the worm. So the earlier you can get in, the earlier you can say, yes, I'm coming, then the earlier you can start applying for housing, your meal plans, your parking space, all those things, so that you get the ones that you're really hoping for. So I hope this presentation has been helpful for you. Please feel free to call or email me if you have any questions whatsoever. I know the junior and senior one is a little more complicated. There's a lot more options to choose from. So again, I'm going to email you. You should receive in the email for this presentation, you'll also receive PowerPoint, that sheet, so you can kind of see everything you need to do. But I'm also going to include in the body of the email your class placements and then what you need to do, what you need to respond back to me with. So if you have any questions, please feel free to call me or shoot me an email. Take care.